Hi, my name's Sherry, and I hope my volume's on, my light is on, so I'm good to go. I got divorced 4 years ago, not 7 years ago, 4 years ago, and my life was completely turned upside down. From the outside looking in, it probably looked very stable because I stayed in the same house, I kept the same job, I had my children full time. It looked like I was the stable one, but internally, my life was like everything was wrong. Friends were wrong, family was wrong, not wrong in that they were wrong, but wrong that nothing meshed like it did before. And I couldn't figure out what was happening because maybe I was a little naive I didn't really know anybody that had been to divorce. My sister-in-law did, but I was really young when that happened. And I didn't really know people that went through the divorce, but it touched every aspect of my life. And as I watch other women going through, I've been in these courses and I watch what other women go through, and it touches all of their life. They're nearly devastated in these classes and they don't know how to move forward. Luckily for me, I had a great job. I am very motivated internally, and I created a great job for me, and I wanted to stay in that job. My ex worked at that job. If you watched my video before, I think I explained that. My ex worked in that same building with me, and I didn't want to stay there forever, but it was a great job and it helped me to raise my children. Some people think it's better to move. I didn't. I thought it was better to stay in my house, to finish raising my children, to make that house payment alone, and to create a completely stable environment for them where the divorce wasn't stable for them. I wanted them to be able to finish out their schooling and without any more turmoil than what they had been through. I couldn't control what my ex did, but I could control what I did. So I created that stable environment. I had a great job to do that with. Now fast forward 4 years after my divorce, I met a great guy. As soon as my daughter graduated, I quit my job and I moved 2 states away, 8 hours away from my home. And people thought I was crazy. People still think I'm crazy, I'm sure. But it was the best decision for me. And there's little synchronicities that have been happening, and I can see God's hand in my life. And sometimes it's scary because I'm like, ooh, where am I going to get a job? Because I've been looking for a job for the last probably 4 or 5 months since I decided, well, no, we're probably going on 6 months now, since I decided to move and get married and move away. And I still don't have a job. But the thing is I'm calm about it. I feel like life is going in the direction that I want it to go in. And there are things that are not perfect, like my children are a ways away, but I decided when I got divorced, there were 2 people that I would listen to. And if they told me, no, don't do that, Sherry, or yes, do that, Sherry, I listened to them. And when I came up with this decision that I was going to get married and move 8 hours away, I thought these 2 people were going to be, no, don't do that. That's crazy to leave your family. And what's crazy to me, because this is titled, They Thought I Was Crazy, right? What was crazy to me is they were the ones telling me, no, you quit your job and you move and you go and you do the things that you want to do. You raised your family. It's time for you to move now. Though they were the 2 people that were very loud in my ears, and everybody else that seen the great career, they were the ones that were like, what are you doing? Why are you leaving? And they were the one questioning. But I had already made up my mind that when these 2 people agreed on a decision, I know I'm not making my own decisions, but sometimes I had a hard time, going through my divorce and all those emotions, making good choices. Even though I made good choices, I just needed that extra, yes, it's okay. And when they said, yes, it's okay, I was gone. And it wasn't even, I don't even know if they would have told me, no, Sherry, that's crazy. I don't even know if I would have listened to him at this point, because I loved my then fiance, my now husband, and I knew things would be okay. And what is crazy to me, not how everybody else thought it was crazy, but my my husband now, not my ex-husband, but my husband now, we decided we were going to get married. He had put his house up for sale a couple months before I put my house up for sale. Then I put my house up for sale. And we ended up signing our closing papers on the same day as each other. It all worked out on the same day. And there's been so many things and synchronicities like that that have just lined up perfectly. I do have a type of a job in line, and it's like the day that I need it for a loan to get a new house. And because you can't, you have to have a job to get a loan. And where my husband could, it helps to buy the house that we want with my income that I could generate. And there's just all these little synchronicities are happening. Like the day of, these things are being created for me. And so when I think about my great job, I had a great job. And even though I worked with my ex, I had a great boss. I was in upper management, and the people that I worked with on a day-to-day basis, they were fabulous people. I never quit my job because of that. And a lot of people are like, I got out of there so fast because I hated my bosses. Mine wasn't like that. I left my career to further better my personal life. And I believe when you start bettering your personal life, your public life or your career life will also get better. Because what happens is if you have the thoughts, I had already put into place thoughts that I was going to create an online business, hence the video. And I already had the thoughts that I was going to be able to make that much, if not more, which I'm guessing it will be more. And that's the direction I went. And I just want people to realize that when you let energy relax, like I left my job, I moved away, and my life has, even though I'm like busy every single day, I can't believe how busy I am without a job, living in a different state. And I'm like, how did I do everything working full time? Because now I have so many things that I'm doing and I don't even have a job. And well, I do. I'm recording it right now. This is my job right now. And I just lost my train of thought. And I don't script and I don't edit. So you get what you get from me, right? This is what you get. I just sit down and I record, and maybe I need to do a little bit better. But I just want you to know that when you get divorced and when you quit a job or you make these huge transitions in your life, some people file for bankruptcy. Some people have to move for work and not lose their job. But when you're making these big transitions in your life, your whole life is affected. And it's because you are changing energy. You're not in the same house. You're not in the same job. You're not in the same marriage. Or it could be that you don't have your kids every day, and it just messes with your internal settings. And those settings can be reset. And that's what I'm doing right now. I moved, but I'm resetting myself. I'm resetting myself to what I want it to be. And I have the time. God has given me this space to create what I want to create. And I'm so thankful that I've had the space to create. What you can't do when you do these things is you can't lay on the couch and scroll. You have to get busy and you have to create your own life. You have to create your new life. You have to be proactive. You have to be conscious about it and not just let life happen to you. And that's what I love. I love that I'm at midlife right now and that I can look back at all the things that have happened. And I think I have evidence in my life that even through turmoil, things work out great. And I'm not in turmoil now. So I just think things can be extraordinarily great, not just great, because life is busy, but I love my life right now. And I just want to create it into what I want. And that's where I'm at. And I don't think I'm crazy. I think that I'm finally doing what I want to do with my own life.